Alright, you guys, buenos dias, que paso? Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry for all of those who are sick of seeing the Dyna FXDX, but if you haven't been able to tell already, I'm a big fan of this bike, super stoked on it. Just picked it up this week, and this is my first kind of quote-unquote lot sesh. Taking the bike out, messing around with wheelies. So far I've dropped the PSI a little bit, and I'm having to kind of bounce off the seat to get it up on one wheel. I've got my second angle. I'm going to try to get a couple clips, and I'm really just focusing on getting it back to balance point quickly so that I can slow down the bike. I still think I've got a ways to go, but getting used to the new motorcycle, and yeah. So today I'm basically just gonna kind of let you guys tag along with my inaugural wheelie session on the bike, seeing how she does on one wheel. I did come out here a few nights back just messing around, so this isn't my first time ever, but let me try a few and then I'll kind of talk about what's going on. So yeah, I definitely need to get it up farther back and do it faster. Now I've got a full rear fender on here, so I should be scraping, dude, if I'm hitting legit 12 o'clock, and I have not scraped yet, so not sure what the deal is. So that one was pitiful, man, pitiful. All right, so if you're new to the channel, then welcome. You may have to go watch some of my other videos to kind of get up to speed. I've been at this Harley wheelie stuff for about 1.5 years now, and I started out on a 2013 Street Bob. This week I bought a 2000 Harley Davidson FXDX Super Glide Sport. So you may be thinking, why am I going farther back? Wouldn't it be latest and greatest, newer, or it's better when it comes to these Dynas? The more research I do, the more I come to find out these older Dynas are a little bit better for this kind of riding, at least for me, because these bikes are a little bit, the dimensions are just different. They're a little bit lighter, the front end's not as beefy. So anyway, this is my first session on it, and so far it's not half bad. Oh, that was terrible. I held it too long, and I said, dude, there's a wall right there. So when I came crashing down, I didn't accelerate out of it, and I came down hard. I heard it. I came down real hard. Not smart. I need some spot with more space. So on that one, as you can tell, as I came down, I was able to kind of accelerate out of it just ever so slightly. Helps out tremendously. Similar to with my other bike, the problem I'm still having, which is not, you know, surprising given this is my first session on this bike, but I haven't quite found balance point, so I'm still chasing the wheelie out a little bit. I'm going way too fast. The key with these, and this isn't from me, this is from the pros like Dom829, shout out to him, is you want to get up to balance point as quickly as possible and then slow it down. I can do that on my DRZ, I can do it on my Honda Grom, some of my other bikes, but I have not figured that out on the Harleys. But one thing I do notice, this bike up on one wheel does feel a little lighter and a little bit better balanced on one wheel. But I could just be imagining that. This may be the end of our session here. It could be the end of our session here, as we have a big truck, and that's why you always gotta be careful in spots like this, because you never know what could be going on. So we'll go and stop that and get out of this dude's way. So we'll make our way over to another spot. Anyway, so far, first impressions on my first wheelie session on this. When I first got it and went out and messed around, I was kind of expecting, like, dude, from what I've heard, I shouldn't have to drop air pressure. I shouldn't really have to do anything. it should just be a lot easier to wheelie. And to my dismay, that was not really the case when I first went out and messed around. I was still burning that back tire. I was still having trouble getting it to stick. And frankly, it felt initially like it wasn't even going to be possible. I was like, what the heck? Is it geared wrong? Like, what's the problem? Why am I having so much trouble getting this front wheel up in the air? And if you're new to Harley wheelies or to my channel, then the most challenging thing about doing wheelies on this bike, it's not about the bike being heavy and up in the air. The most challenging thing is just getting that rear tire to not burn rubber. You know, getting that rear tire to stick and get traction. That right there is like the biggest challenge. And it's a matter of getting your weight transition onto that back. It's a matter of slipping the clutch at the right time. It's a matter of giving it just enough gas. All those different things. Is this my buddy Terry? This is him. Woo! Terry! What's
got you something brand new?
a little different? This is one of my other bikes. I've always got a couple different bikes I mess around with.
Oh, that's a gas tank.
Yeah, not bad, huh? All right, man. Well, I'll be back in a little bit. Sound good?
All right.
We'll try to put on a show for our buddy Terry here. So I've been doing this thing called Fun Day Sunday Pay It Forward, where I go out, nothing crazy, you know, 40-50 bucks broken up into small bills, and just look for opportunities to pay it forward. If I see people walking in the streets, give them a cold water, a Gatorade, things like that. And I ran into him last week, and he's got one shoe, and so I ran to Walmart and got him, you know, shoes. They got $10 shoes at Walmart that are better than one shoe. I got him the wrong size though, and so we may go back and get him the right size here in a little bit. I was actually going to do that, but let's get on with our wheelie stuff. Let's try a couple over here, and then we'll probably call it a day. I forget where I was with the wheelie thing. Oh yeah, the hardest part is getting that back tire to actually stick and not just burn rubber. I was still having that issue with this bike. The rear sprocket on this is a 51 tooth. That's not a super, like, you know, oversized sprocket, which is good because I don't want this, I don't want to run out of gear super fast. So anyway, let's mess around a little bit. So yeah, the big trick on this is I have to jump off the seat, but as long as I do that, it seems to be coming up okay just about all surfaces. But as you can see, I'm still chasing it out bad, you know. I'm not slowing it down, and the key with this always is slowing it down. So we'll try a few more, see if I can really slow it down. If I can slow it down to the point where I'm like talking to you guys mid wheelie, that's how you know I've gotten there. There we go. Yeah, much better. Woo! Look at this. Dude, I think I officially scraped 12 o'clock, you guys. Do you hear that? Sadly, this is on a nice, fresh set of tins. Bam! That's all we needed, you guys. That's all we needed. I'm like stoked, but at the same time, I'm a little bummed out. Yep, we got that too. That was surprisingly easy, and I'm a little bummed out that we bashed up this beautiful rear fender. At least we didn't gash the light out though, huh? Yeah, see, that's wild, man. It makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. I don't know. Maybe it's all in my head, but man, I was messing around a long time with that Dyna Street Bob. Although I will say the Street Bob has a cut rear fender, so I wasn't going to be scraping that no matter what. But I definitely feel a little more comfortable on this thing. And hey, we finally hit Scrape City. I can officially say I've scraped a Dyna. So let me see if I can get a couple clips since I'm here and it's working out. And then we'll go get some shoes for our buddy Terry, huh? Yeah, I was not necessarily expecting to scrape on this session here, but oh, I gotta say I'm pretty stoked on that. Chasing it out a little bit, need to slow it down. I never did that on the Dyna. I never did that little bounce on the seat. I don't know if that would make a difference or not. It definitely makes a difference on this. All right, you guys, John's Moto Garage, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna mess around a little bit more, but I appreciate the support. Like and subscribe if you dig it. Stay tuned for this and of course all the other bikes as well. If you're already sick of the FXDX, not to worry, I'll get out on the other bikes too. Call it a day, man. Call it a day. The wheelie sesh successful.